On Wednesday, March 4th, students from Schreiber High School visited the 9/11 Memorial.
Mr. Rauch, can you please tell me about how the effects of September 11th have changed the trajectory of your life?
Wow. Well, just being an American, it's sort of shaped my understanding and sort of possibility of what can happen. You know, I've worked on this project for almost 16 years, and so it's changed my professional trajectory as well and introduced me to so many people who I would never have a chance to meet, just really extraordinary people who were involved in the attacks in some way or feel connected to the site in some way.
And how do you believe that the museum will help the youth today?
Well, I think by sharing the story of what happened on 9/11, talking about who was impacted by the attacks, that is our mission here at the Memorial and Museum. And especially as the generation, we have 100 million Americans who have no lived memory of the attacks. It's up to us to make sure that they understand what happened and why it's so important.
What's one takeaway from your time at the 9/11 Memorial?
I definitely learned a lot going into this field trip. I didn't know too much, like whatever we learned at school, but I feel like now I know a lot more, and I think it's really important.
You were in New York during 9/11, and you were very much alive for it. Is there anything new today that you've learned that you hadn't known in the past regarding the
a
events?
lot of people who were alive for 9/11 say, well, maybe I don't need to go down to the museum because I think I know everything. And that certainly is untrue. There's a lot that you can learn about 9/11 through this museum, through the memorial. And I would encourage everybody to come down, especially if you live in New York.
Thank you very much.
I'm here with Mr. Danny Prince. He is a retired FDNY and former Navy Coast Guard. And I just wanted to ask you a few questions today.
Sure.
First of all, in your testimony, you mentioned that one of your colleagues said that there was positive that could come out of these tragic events that happened on September 11th, 2001. Could
Yes.
you elaborate on that?
That was Captain John Vigiano. He was a very rewarded firefighter and leader in the FDNY, and he had quite a career. He had two children, two boys. Both of them were killed on 9/11. One was a police officer, one was a firefighter. And I don't know how he could take this grief and destruction of what happened to his family, his only two children being murdered, and he turned it into saying there's going to be good coming out of this tragedy. And that's just a testament to the way this gentleman lived his life.
Wow. And what would you say to any students of Schreiber that are watching this right now?
Well, most important, do the right thing. A good friend of mine who died on 9/11, Captain Timmy Stackpole, his saying was, the best high you can get out of life is by helping someone. And I can't agree any higher than that. My whole life, I try to do the best I can helping people. I was blessed to be on the fire department. I did 36 years with them. And it's very rewarding. You're helping people every time you go out, and there's nothing better than helping somebody.
What's one takeaway you've had from the 9/11 Memorial?
Yeah, so I was really inspired to see how everyone came together and helped each other out as a community. That's not something we see really a lot anymore, and I just think it's very powerful and inspiring.
I'm here with Regina Sather, a member of the Education Outreach Program for the Gary Sinise Foundation. Can you tell me about what your role is?
Yes, my current role is to educate families of the fallen with skills and tools to continue living after their fallen hero has passed away.
And how do you feel that this foundation honors the victims of 9/11?
The foundation, Gary Sinise Foundation, honors families of our fallen and those affected by 9/11, both military and first responders, by hosting them at events all year round. They have a Disney experience. They have city adventures where we bring them to places like New York, and they get to visit the ladder stations, and they get to come to the museum, and they get to have great experiences in New York, see shows, and by just giving them new memories after their fallen hero has passed away.